Now Josh Fraser, I mean, the fans would tear the joint down if they didn't give it to him, wouldn't they? I mean, he's going to say that he wants it, but I mean, you can't not give it to Josh Fraser now. I mean, he's Carlton coach now.
It seems almost like a formality. It would be one of the all-time decisions to watch the club choose someone else. He's 10-2 since he's taken over, since Vossi left, and I said it during the call, but playing a consistent brand of footy that stacks up against the best sides. They defend well, they pressure well, their ball movements change significantly to a point that suits their team. They're still dynamic in contest and in clearance, but they don't rely on that anymore. And tonight's an example of that. They only won the contested possession by 1, lost clearance by 7, and then they win this whole game in the turnover battle, which, if you look at the start of the year, that's the part of the game where Carlton had really, really struggled, and tonight they excelled and absolutely punished the St Kilda team.
Happy to take a few calls as well. 133 693 for Nick Theodosio. I was just thinking, I think I might have said it in the last quarter, Meg, if some of the other candidates like Jamie Graham and Corey Enright and James Kelly, you almost make a call, don't you, on Monday and say, look, thanks for the process. Thanks for, for having a chat to me, but they almost know, don't they, that Josh Fraser's going to be the coach?
You'd think so. I mean, I couldn't agree more with Sam. It feels like a formality, a foregone conclusion that should he declare himself ready and willing to coach the footy club, that he'll certainly do so. We can already see how much that would be welcomed by the supporters. And that's I I don't know if there's a more engaged supporter group in the competition than the Blues. Sam's shaking his head. He's had some experience with that. But that's the thing. The whole footy world looks at this club, your ex-club, and thinks, wow, that's such that the relationship between supporter group and club is profound. And if that club were to rise up the ladder and get on a run as they did a few years ago, then it changes the competition for everyone.
It's going to be a fascinating week, and as Fraser, he was supposed to be making a decision last week whether he was going to be in the process, and we still don't know to this day, which is
it might be tonight.
Yeah, who knows? It could be in the press conference after the game.
We'll get the question, that's for sure.
But it's been a really impressive turnaround by the whole footy club, not just Josh Fraser, the other assistant coaches, the players, to be able to buy into what has been taught has been outstanding. But they're winning off the back of it. 10-2 to be where they are in the back half of the year has been an unbelievable effort by all involved.
It's also when you see both individual and collective improvement. As we speak about the system, the way they've changed the way that they play, but you're hard-pressed to look at anyone on the list that's not playing better football than they were at the first half of the season. And, we spoke a little bit about, a Dirksen, even, the reclamation of form from a Haynes. Those players have been significant in their improvement, and then you've got the young ones that all of a sudden have this incredibly bright future ahead of them. And
bring energy too. We talked about Taylor Byrne, Billy Wilson, Doc. I mean, these are young players that bring energy to that team.
Yeah, and I think that's the other half of this whole story is it's not like he's come in and he's just played experience and he's put the older players in. He's blooded youth. They're performing and playing their role exceptionally well, but the likes of Zach Williams and Adam Saad are playing in the twos. Ollie Hollands, who's been a regular in the teams, playing in the twos as well. So they've had a lot of players that have been regular walk-up starts over the last few years, not playing in this team, and they've trusted the younger guys within the footy club, and they're performing none more than Harry Dean and Taylor Byrne.
I'm with Patrick Cripps. Congratulations on the win. You've got some momentum. You've got the wins. You're a prime spot for a wildcard spot now. How good's footy, Paddy?
Yeah, it was an important night for us. We didn't overplay it, but we knew what we had to do, and there's just a high level of trust within the group at the moment, and footy's fun when you're winning.
When Naz went down quite early in the game, that would have freed up a couple of players that would have had him in mind to tag all night? Yeah,
definitely changed our plans a little bit. It's to be fair, you actually hate seeing opposition players go down with injury, and he's a key piece to what they do. So, we made a few tweaks from there, and I thought the boys adjusted well.
Cripper, it's Doc, mate. I'm going to ask you the obvious one off the top. How excited are you for Josh Fraser to coach next year?
Samuel Docherty, good to talk to you, mate. He's done a good job, hasn't he? So, it's been crazy what this year's sort of unfolded, but I think everyone can see the high level of trust and joy we're playing with out there, and when you get on runs like this, it's you want to hold on to it as long as you can. So. Yeah, been good fun, mate.
We're marvelling at so many parts of your game tonight. Well, one of them was the centre bounce. I know how much work you guys put in there, but running your sweeper through with Walshy, cause some havoc in there. How much planning went into that specific move?
Yeah, we got a fair few different moves in there. It's I think the joy, I think the challenge for opposition with our midfield group is, one of us gets off the chain, they try and put a clamp on, then the other one does. So, I think Boxall went to Jags to start tonight, then came to me, then he went to George in the second half. So when you have as many weapons as you do, and then you got Walsh, who's one of the best mids in the game, running free, it's good fun when it's like that.
Cooper, it's Meg McDonald up here. I'm really interested, when you make such significant advancements in how you guys are playing the game across the past number of weeks, how is that presented to the group? Has it been drip-fed? Has it been in individual conversations? Is it presented a number of weeks ago and you're getting more and more proficient at it? How has the change been presented to you guys from a Monday to Friday?
There's been a lot of tweaks. It's we haven't really what's the right word? We've kept it pretty simple. We focus on a lot of things that are probably not, I suppose, shown in the media. We value a lot of the off-ball stuff, the spirit stuff, the stuff that I suppose binds us together. And when you focus on that and our defence, allows our offence to come out. So, like any footy clubs, every week, you start the week by reviewing the games. No matter if you win or lose, you show some positives, but also some room for improvement, and then you just build momentum throughout the week. But I think we've gained a lot of momentum out of our training as well. We sort of get a look of what the opposition's going to throw at us, and then we plan going into a game. So we've evolved, no doubt about that. And now the one thing that I suppose you can't measure, but you can see now is the boys are playing with full of confidence. And
just on the intangibles on the game, there's just this unselfish nature inside 50. Has that been spoken about, or has that just kind of bred itself since mid-year?
A bit of both. I think when you're winning and there's a lot of trust in the group, and we celebrate the little stuff, people want to start doing it. And when you have a tough start of the year like we did, you'll do anything in the team to win. It just creates so much energy throughout the week. So. Without a doubt, it's been a focus, but I think, when you build momentum, it starts happening naturally as well.
You look like you'll almost certainly be playing off in the wildcard round now at least. How do you counter the sort of mounting expectation that you've got in the group? Because with momentum and positivity comes expectation, and how do you lead the group from day to day, game to game?
To be honest, I don't really enjoy the word expectation. I reckon it's a bit of a myth. I reckon you just got to go out there and focus on the things you can control. And when you do that, like we said, those little acts and celebration and focus on the hardest part of the game, it all takes care of itself. So, people just said there's expectation there tonight. We didn't talk about it once, and as a result, we come away with the win.
Patrick, it's going to be the topic of conversation. Do you actually know when an announcement's going to be made about the senior coach, whoever it might be, but do you actually have a timetable that's been given to you as captain of the club as to when that might be revealed?
Well, I haven't had a direct conversation. All I've seen in the media is Chris Davies came out, I think last week, that they'll probably announce it before end of the year, so end of the season. So other than that, this is the most asked question right now, but I think as players, the four people in charge of that decision have a great track record of making great decisions, so we're just going to back them in.
Fair call. You're a beauty. You lead by example week in, week out throughout your glorious career. I somehow think you might look back on this one as the one that really surprised you in everything that you've done so brilliantly. Thanks for joining us on 3RW Football.
Awesome. Thanks, guys, and good on you, Doc.
Thanks, Rick.